An emotional Harry collapsed at the Queen's grave. I regret all this. The reclusive Duke secretly traveled to Windsor to celebrate his birthday. Hello and welcome to the Princess Diana News YouTube channel. A week of constant PR news surrounding the treacherous couple at the Invincibles has come to an end. Now it's time to present our observations and arguments to you so we can discuss them together. At the beginning of a new week, I would like to introduce to you a report from the Australian tabloid magazine, New Idea. As the title suggests, Harry deeply regrets visiting the Queen's grave on the first anniversary of her death. I promise we'll get there soon. But first, let's discuss some of the comments you left us. So I asked you to keep sending feedback and you kept your word, so I thank you very much. So the first film I want to excerpt from is our film The Sussex Netflix Scam, which reveals the gross reasons why Meghan threw her non-existent child into the game. Well, let's start by sharing Betty M's perspective. Chapter Betty said everything they did was right. Netflix, lawyers, Harry and Meghan. If only people out there were as stupid as they think they are. How on earth does Meghan manage to look surprised and laughing in almost every photo? I think Betty makes a good point here. They really take us all for fools, don't they? I guess they don't realize we're not as stupid as they are. I could just picture them in their little board meetings giggling, thinking about how they're really going to pull one over on us. Boy, did we show them wrong. Next, Dion Underwood says, I'll never forget that greedy look on Meghan's face when Harry signed up for Netflix. Oh my God, it was so transparent that she had her stardom in the back. She really did believe it, didn't she? Well, I guess she deserves it because she counts the chicks before they hatch. Just below, we have Lee's comments. What are royal children for? Chapter What can Meghan get from them? Why is this so important to her? Maybe it's about him finding a foothold in the family no matter what. I'm trying to figure it out. I know it's a form of insurance. The answer should be obvious. Well, Meghan always has a hidden agenda. He has a reason for everything, and usually the reason is very obscure. Next, I'd like to share Anne Thompson's comment. Shame on Netflix, I never see anything about Pawn Scum duo. Veterans are completely deprived thanks to you. Well, it is very unfortunate that the veterans were offended. You are right, they were, but I have to say, Anne, thank you so much for calling them the Pawn Scum duo. I never heard again. Can I ask permission to use it? It really describes both of them perfectly. And below we have a comment from Virginia. I am from the United States and I am very sorry that a corrupt woman has entered the royal family and caused such a crazy mess. I feel the same, Virginia. I mean, I'm almost ashamed to be an American. I'm not. I mean, I'm still a proud American because I know, like you, that he doesn't represent us. I hope the whole world knows this too. I mean, I think our friends in England did it because they had to deal with Harry. Just as Harry does not represent the good people of Britain, Meghan Markle certainly does not represent us. Here's Anna Ball's comment. Displaying methane in front of British soldiers and the flag makes me very angry. It's a slap in the face for us Brits to be offended by seeing her smiling in front of them. Abominable irony. But isn't it? I mean, was that on purpose? Wasn't it like that? Perhaps it was because of his knowledge that he just loves to bully. To get a rise out of the People's Day, I would be angry to agree with M, who stepped into the picture of the parade. Why did Invictus let him get away with his stunt? Meg grows bolder because people are polite in moments of shock. A sad commentary on games that I agree with them. I think he is so successful because he knows. He knows that he is with people who are much more elegant and polite than him. And he knows they won't confront him about his horrible behavior because they're too shocked. The next comment I want to talk about is from Britta Edwards. Britta says, His Majesty probably wrote a note to accompany Philip's coffin to its final resting place. She probably signed Lilibeth's registry and wanted to give her that name. Unfortunately, Harry and Meghan did not respect this at all. Oh my God, I almost had tears in my eyes. Of course, since I've never heard of it, I can't confirm it. But if that's true, I think it makes their job even more horrible and disrespectful. They really took the beautiful princess to an early grave. The following comment is from Laura Armstrong. Laura says she wanted William to get together with Gilbert, she couldn't control Harry. She chose Harry. And she thought he was rich, too. She fell in love with William, was obsessed with Diana, and wanted to be Diana. She could only be with Harry, now she will do whatever she can to harm Harry and the people. And the house is crazy for him. I'm surprised she didn't put him in a mental hospital and say he was responsible for all his money. I'm sure she was trying. He probably did, but yeah, I don't believe her. The story of her driving while making milkshakes for her children happened in the parking lot. Yes, I live in the US and we don't like Margot trying to claim she represents everyone because she works. She had problems in college. She had problems in high school and still does today. I hope they hide it or put it here. We'll send her alone to Epstein's Island. This way she can have as many fans as she wants and rule the island any way she wants. The real reason I want to share this comment is because I really like the idea of putting Meghan on Epstein's Island. Chapter, isn't this the perfect punishment for her? I hope she stays there for the rest of her life. Don't give him the boat. Don't give him a private jet. There is no way to leave the island. Finally, I want to share with you a comment about Linda that turned into a debate. Linda says, I wrote to the king. I asked why they were still on the site. I told him that many people are very angry, especially about titles and children who are not born from the body. I told him that we need the truth and that he should show honesty and integrity in this matter. We need to know the truth now. And then we have some people responding. Ali says everyone should write to him asking him to lock her up. Wendy says, do you think he will respond? I live across the pond, so don't know the royals like you do. I just know if it was here in the US, the letter would probably be thrown away. Wendy is right about this. Then Ellie said, absolutely not. If you write to the king, it's either him or that bastard. The staff will definitely reply. Well, Linda, please keep us informed on this topic. I hope he responds satisfactorily, but based on what we've seen so far, I'm not sure that's going to happen. Chapter, okay. Let's get back to the New Ideas magazine article I wanted to share with you. Prince Harry reportedly paid a solemn visit to the grave of his late grandmother Queen Elizabeth II in the early hours of Friday, September 8, to mark the anniversary of her death. Without security, family or entourage, Prince Harry was secretly photographed by a tourist inside Windsor Castle, where the Queen is buried in St. Peter's Abbey. George's Church. The article says that he was overwhelmed with grief when she left him and left London just one day later. It was a timely reminder of Harry's life as a royal fugitive. Life, according to sources, is now full of regrets. In a clear sign of the Windsor split, Harry's family, including his father King Charles and his brother William, Prince of Wales, made an extensive tour of Britain to officially mark the beloved monarch's passing. Then, in a display of great purpose, reminiscent of his former life as a proud working royal, Harry traveled to Dusseldorf, Germany to officially open the 2023 Invictus Games, one of the last remaining causes close to his heart. Welcome to the stage with widespread Harry Chance, the California-based prince shed tears as he opened the games with an emotionally charged speech to the competing former veterans. Remember that feeling of pride and honor when you first wore your nation's flag on your uniform? Most of us perhaps remember more its final outing, or the time when we hung it up for good, he told the servicemen and women. Now the comments were seen as a thinly veiled sting regarding the fact that Harry was banned from wearing a military uniform when he and his wife Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, 2020. The article also says that sources confirm Harry has been emotional recently, but they're wondering whether he's in fact grieving his late grandmother or his former life, which of course was filled with support from his family. An insider says his tears at Windsor were real, but the question is, is whether they were tears of regret. He knows the Queen took her job of unifying the family very seriously, and it would break her heart to see that the divide between him and the family is even bigger than when she departed. Considering that Harry is having to deal with such an emotional burden, sources say that he is questioning every decision he's made, especially in regard to Meghan and the way they treated his family. Apparently, Harry really believed that Meghan knew what she was doing when they left, but she continues to only make things worse, according to a source, who adds that Harry is in a constant state of guilt over raising their invisible children, Archie and Lilibet, without their family members. To make matters worse, Harry's family didn't even publicly wish him a happy birthday because he's no longer a senior member of the family. In the past, the royal family could include any member of the family who wanted to be with the Queen at ceremonial events. Earlier, the balcony was full of family members who loved and supported the princess. None of them complained about their position on the balcony. None of them complained that they had to bow or write before someone who was higher than them. And then, of course, Harry brought Meghan on stage, and all of a sudden we hear that all these people who have worked so hard and been incredibly supportive have been kicked out. And all because Meghan and Harry tried to make money from it. And of course they use Harry's birthday to draw attention. Meghan and Harry apparently celebrated their birthday at a bar in Dusseldorf. They ate German sausage and drank beer, and, oh, it was so beautiful. Oh, whatever, it's just great PR. They try to compete with the Welsh as always. And then the news that the royal family pulled out of the Invictus Games was just a PR stunt. Of course, the other royals didn't come because it wasn't their project. You have no business in this. Now the king is the head of the armed forces and the royal family has a really special relationship with the soldiers. But they still do not interfere in each other's projects. Invictus was originally founded by the Royal Foundation, a charity founded by the current Prince and Princess of Wales and Prince Harry. And when Harry and Meghan decided to leave their positions, the Invictus Games went with them. However, it should be remembered that the Royal Foundation donated £1 million to Invictus in 2020 due to the phone hacking scandal. And last weekend Harry said in his farewell speech to the Invictus Games participants that you shouldn't judge people by their history, and Meghan was right by his side. I can't buy it for a second. I mean, let's remember that Meghan and Harry are completely selfish. And last time I checked, Harry has made millions through his own dating history. After all, his backstory is the only thing people care about. And now he's just using her to pay for his outrageous lifestyle. So when Harry talks about forgetting people's stories, he's just asking us to forget the years of abuse and damage he caused his family. Even when her own grandmother, the late Queen, was dying, Meghan was already incredibly cruel to her family, so she was teaching Harry to do the same. And now they stand in front of everyone as a pair of liars who have already betrayed their family to get money, and now they are looking for people to accept and forgive them? Absolutely not. Harry says he wants people to forget history. How does he say it? Well, thanks for tuning in and a good start to the week. We will answer you in future videos.